Capricorn. Woo! That's right, bright and early, Cappies, bright and early. This is all about you. This is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, your weekly oracle and tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries. Remember, the full tarot card spread extended reading is in the link right below in the description box. It also includes a romance reading. These are energies for the next 7 days out. And yes, Capricorn, it could be Sun, Moon, Rising sign, wherever Capricorn energy influences your chart. You can apply these messages for the next 7 days out. So Capricorn, let's get into this. Please do click subscribe, help the channel grow. Share this video, please, on all your other social media profiles. That would be awesome. Oh, we have a big reading for you guys. We have a big reading. Lots to tell, lots to tell. And you know what? It's not surprising. This is a big year for you. This is a big year for you. Upside down and twisted, there is always enough. What is there not enough of? Know your worth. There's not enough of you appreciating yourself. And act as if the mask is coming off. Like feeling like who you really are isn't good enough. That's basically the crowning energy coming out today. And that's okay. You know why? Because there's been a lot of wonky energy going around this week. It's just a feeling of unraveling and unsettling. And it makes sense with this Aquarian new moon happening. This energy of the unlikely, the abstract, the unconventional being what is our focus. Our brains are broadening and expanding. And so the traditional, which is what you're attached to, Saturnian energy is extremely traditional energy. It's sort of like the traditional guard dog, the guard dog of traditions, right? It's pushing you out of your comfort zone. So this could be that energy, this crowning energy this week for you, Capricorn, just making you feel like, well, nothing I do is enough. Nothing I do or nothing I say or I'm not right or who I really am. When the mask comes off, who I really am isn't good enough. So I'm not surprised that you would be feeling these feelings. The fact is, of course, it is not true at all, but it makes sense that you're feeling these feelings, and there is a positive way to handle these feelings. Yes, we're going to get into the rest of the reading, but Capricorn, when you are challenged or when you face those little nuances of yourself that you don't feel good, when you're not feeling great about yourself, this is a wonderful time for you to focus on those things about yourself that you always feel great about. To remind yourself, even if there's that one thing that you really like about yourself, to focus on it and pat yourself on the back for it. Find a way to, and let that be your tether. Let that be your staple. Let that be what you can always go to have a sense of self-esteem and pride in who you are. Also, those things about yourself that you're noticing that you might want to see. The thing is this. You are experiencing what everybody else is experiencing. It's just because it's so diametrically opposed to your energy that you feel like it's a bad thing, but it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing for your mind to expand and for you to see those things that normally you've gotten so comfortable with as not being what's good enough anymore. You want something broader. You want something bigger. Go with this flow. Go with it. See where it takes your brain, because you have that brain that can literally make something out of nothing. You really can. So let this be a time for you, even if you're uncomfortable, even if you feel unsure, let this be a time for you to be introduced to new things, because I feel like, especially from the couple of readings that I've been getting for you guys, new stuff is what you need. You need a new influx of people. You need a new influx of environment. You need a new influx of opportunity and variety. So let this unraveling become a new, the setup for new creation for you. This is really a wonderful time for you. You could also be dealing with a Piscean who has denigrated your worth, and now you're finding out why. On a side note. But that's also the crowning reading. You could literally be dealing with some sort of very emotional energy that's making you feel like emotions that are making you unravel, emotions that are making you feel not good enough for who you are. You could literally be dealing with, in terms of social contexts, you could be dealing with a Piscean that was a big old stinker and made you feel like you were worthless for being who you were. And now it's almost like the mask is coming off and it's starting to be clarified as to why they treated you that way, or some sort of water sign or very emotional person. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a water sign, even though this is my Piscean card, but it just is a very emotional person that sort of unravels you and always makes you feel like you're not good enough, or makes you feel like you can't do enough, or maybe they're not there for you. They don't provide for you that kind of emotional support that you need from them. And it's like, act as if when this card is upside down, it's almost like the mask is coming off. So something is being revealed. So some sort of information might come into you, some sort of clarity, even if it's just your own emotional clarity and understanding that these feelings are not doing you any good. And that this person's opinion of you clearly is worthless, because these kind of emotions or this kind of input from anybody is worthless. It only does harm. And why would you choose to drink poison, Capricorn? Would you literally pick it up and say, yeah, I'll swig a little bit of back? And no, I don't mean hard whiskey. I mean like literal poison. Would you choose to? Then why would you choose to ingest negative commentary on your character? Why would you choose to? Constructive criticism, absolutely. But negative commentary, things that make you feel worthless, why would you ingest it? It doesn't make any sense. It's just like choosing to ingest poison. Time for a beginner mind. I can't believe this card has come out, because this is Aquarian energy, Cap. This is what it is. This is Aquarian energy. See his little swords? Because in the traditional tarot, this is all the swords, right? He has all his swords ready. And you know what those swords are? The way that he thinks. Very dexterous of mind, very clever little animal. He brings in his defenses through his thoughts and his words. And he walks into the room proud every single time. So this is that abstract, funky, fresh, not necessarily contemporary. It's just almost weird and wild and wonderful thought process and energy that's coming out. And I know, you look at this thing and you're like, that looks like a pincushion. I don't want to go anywhere near it. I understand, because that's sort of the feeling that it's going to have for a lot of people, because these uncanny, untraditional thoughts do make people uncomfortable. But guess what? They're also pretty awesome, and it's time. It's like he only enters the room when it's time. And this Aquarius energy that we're experiencing with this new moon, it's time. It's time for a beginner mind, a mind that's fresh, a mind that's wide open, and a mind that is unafraid. Watch and wait. This is also Piscean energy. Talking about patience, talking about, listen, if you feel like something's being shoved down your throat that's hard to swallow, a jagged little pill, take your time, break it up in some food, do the dog thing and stick some peanut butter over it. Whatever it is, you don't have to do this all at once. You don't have to ingest this all at once. Emotionally, it's going to be pretty difficult for you. So if you need to stand back, in other words, this is saying, give yourself the space and time that you need to assess this uncomfortable circumstance, to understand what's going on around you. Understand it. It's better to arrive late at a party than to not arrive at all. Look at what is upside down. Take the lead. But first of all, it's a very special card. This is the leader mindset. This would be so appropriate for you as we go out of Capricorn season into Aquarius season. But you remember, Jupiter is still very much in Capricorn for the rest of this year. So there is still some sort of onus on you to be that leader. But when this card is reversed, Capricorn, it's about leadership. It's about rooting yourself. It's about rooting yourself and planting yourself and taking root. Basically deciding where you want to be, making a decision and growing up instead of out. So what does this mean? In corporation with the other cards is, you're taking root with new ideas right now. It's taking time. You need some time. You need some time to incorporate it into who you are. But I think in your own way, you do want a new beginning. You do want to root yourself someplace new. Co-create with spirit, have faith, trust, and listen, because there are all kinds of signs and synchronicities. This is your central energy. That means that you're being tapped by spirit. In other words, there's divine intervention here. For me, this is almost like the high priestess card, because ravens are so often companions of priestesses and witches, etc., shaman. They are the messenger, that messenger bird, very intelligent, very loyal, very friendly birds. That make great companions, and their intelligence level make them equals, and they're wonderful conduits for those spirit messages. So this is whatever's happening to you, and it's 17, 1 plus 7, 8. 8 is the number of destiny. It's meant to be. This is meant to be. This is divine intervention and spiritual intervention. So what's happening with you right now, as uncomfortable as it feels, have patience with this, because really what's the universe is setting you up for is to be able to plant those roots and start a whole new, basically reconstruct your life, start a whole new future. Time to collaborate. All right, so there's going to be some opportunities coming in to work with somebody. You could be getting opportunities from work, offers with work, or just knowing what you want to do and finding the people that you want to do it with. But this is also number 1, which means you're just starting out. This is the beginning of something, Capricorn, and knowing you're going to make it something beautiful. Cancer energy. Bada bing, bada boom. This is about basically being able to bridge from what was gone to what is beginning. And knowing you're sitting there divvying up everything and seeing, what can I use? What do I have to get rid of? What do I have to get out of the way? And what can I sell this stuff for? You know what I'm saying? It's like, you can do this. You got this. You are bridging the gap between what you have and what you are the best. Like, I never have to remind my Capricorn. I never have to remind any Capricorns to use what they have first. Like, you will literally go through your house, and you are so great at starting with what you have. You know, you don't have that dreamer mindset. You have that really realistic mindset. So no, I never have to remind you guys, start where you are. Don't expect this, and wait for that to come. No, if you guys are always like, okay, I got this plot of soil and I got this spoon, I'm gonna figure out what to do with this. Like, you are so great at that practical, let's get to it. Like, you just are. You don't wait for the ideal situation. You take an assessment, an inventory of what you have, and you're like, what can I do with this? It's such a blessing, and I hope you know what a blessing it is. Even if it drives you crazy because you're always thinking this way, it is such a blessing, Capricorn, to have this mindset. And I'm telling you, this funky period of new things coming at you may be just the perfect environment for your mind to be in right now. Just saying, this is blessings. Magic works through you. And hello, yes, it does. The divine is coming through you. The divine is coming through you. And in other words, this is saying to me, verifying that your energy is the best energy for this moment. Even though it feels very uncomfortable to you, your mindset is going to use all these new ideas and all these brilliant, fresh starts to the fullest capacity. So opportunity, Capricorn, that's what it translates into. Opportunities are coming in. You may have to be creative, but you can be practically creative. You really can. Your talents, even though you don't feel like they are, your talents are very beautifully applied to this wonky, crazy period we're heading into. Wasp spirit. Sometimes life stings. This is discomfort. Feeling the world is against you, feeling like you're always getting shot down, feeling the sting of disapproval and discomfort. But for me, this is like the gadfly card. This is something is needling you to keep pushing you forward because it wants you to think about things. That this discomfort, in the position that this card came out at, this discomfort is practical discomfort. You wouldn't be being made uncomfortable if you were where you were supposed to be, right? So there is a more beautiful place for you to take root. There really is. And slowly but surely, like, so you have time. You don't have to change like that. You have the whole year, right? You're taking root. You're assessing the soil. you're planning. You can take your time. You can still be you in this environment. You're just working with like new resources. Now your grounding energy. Be here now in this moment. Very difficult because I know you guys like to plan ahead. I know you do. But this is about being in the present moment and trusting in the present. This is air energy too. This is Libra energy of feeling, tasting the sweetness of life, in finding the sweetness of life right here, right now. Be generous of spirit, being confident and bold and self-assured. This is Leo energy. So this is balanced, a balanced way to look at yourself. Crowning you is that challenge, right? All that murkiness. But grounding you is a very balanced way to look at yourself, a very fair and healthy way to look at yourself. And then time for a deep dive, which is also Libra energy. So your lion, your self, your sense of self is being grounded by Libra energy, an energy that is loving, the energy that is balancing, an energy that will help you to see the other side of things so that you can feel right about yourself. So even though you come in feeling in your headspace that you're not in the right place, you're not in the right time, you really, 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 really are. This is also an energy of good friends kind of buffering you, people around you to buffer you, to make you feel good about yourself and remind you who you are. I actually said this, I think, in your romantic tarot reading, which I'll attach above, or the new moon reading, which I'll attach above. To be around friends, be around those people who remind you or make you feel the best about yourself. It's really, really important this week. I think it came out in the new moon reading. So that this is what it is. It's what it's showing. It's about being around people who imbibe you with courage and strength and remind you of your own beauty. It's also an implication that there could be some sort of coming into you very soon over the next 7 days, some sort of partnership, somebody noticing you, somebody taking notice of you, maybe a Libra energy, this extension of love, this opening of a heart space, somebody who is open and playful and lives in the present moment, lives in this present time, this sense of being ready for love, being prepared for it, or starting to see romantic opportunities coming in, if in fact that is what you are looking for. I do believe up here there is somebody who put you through the ringer. So it's almost like, I don't know if this is the same person coming back into your life. I'm going to go to the extended and see. We'll clarify that in the extended. But there is definitely this beautiful, confident, and assured sense of love coming, because this is my romance card. 100%. This is my romance card. All about romance. Let's go to the extended. I'm going to do your tarot card reading, and I'm going to do your romance for the next 7 days out. I'll see you guys over there.